For the contemporary American, some days begin and end at traffic lights. If you are American, you quite possibly feel deadened to the world around you. A maelstrom of cold pavement, corporate mergers, hardened and desperate American gazes. Perhaps you feel a once great country has been spoiled by greed and commercialism. You long for an escape, or at least a rediscovery. Perhaps Europe? No, too much work to do, no time for that, dash it all. Well, next time you find yourself on that beloved interstate, turn off your radio and glance into the vehicular prisons around you. It is entirely possible that your fellow American is the final unexplored frontier of your vast country. And if you doubt this humble observation, remember the words of that fine French poet of perception, Marcel Proust, who said, "The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." Perhaps you cannot become European, but you can always be a Euro-American. Best wishes from your sympathetic cousins to the east.
You are sitting at a window table in a small metropolitan cafe. The coffee has been cooling for 10 minutes. It cost you 75 cents. You touch the plate where the coffee has been sitting. It's still warm. You notice your waitress. Her name is Diane. She's a kindly woman, though she occasionally looks at you from the corner of her eyes, wondering if you will order anything else. A man rushes from afternoon work. A driver awaits oncoming traffic. The address of a building looks minuscule from across the street. Is it legible at 20 miles per hour? You pay for your drink, leaving $2. As you leave, Diane politely wishes you well and to come again. You say, "Thank you, I will." You notice the architecture of the older buildings. Some English influence, mostly brick. This town fancies itself as Chicago. Living areas are more diverse. German styles are popular. Dutch, Spanish, English again. This was your home, where you grew up. They don't build front porches like that anymore. Tomorrow, you'll photograph it as a keepsake. You went to school here. You remember your friends, but haven't seen them in years. These children look old for their age, too old to be that young.
For man, the most natural entry to the art of perception is the discovery of woman's beauty. Subtle elements in her physicality, her movement, her aura, become overblown romanizations in the hearts of young men. Infatuations. I've suffered my share. There are women who've left their impressions on my heart. Mother, co-author of my life, perhaps the most devoted love I've known. Sister, my friend, my compatriot in childhood and awkwardness, my audience and my entertainer. First love, Angie. She was a year older than I, so she picked me up for dates. She drove a beefed-up Chevy muscle car her dad fixed up for her. She drove it too fast on gravel roads. We went to football games together. She kissed me under the bleachers, but otherwise she wouldn't let me touch her. She's married now, with 2 kids. Sophia. When I first saw her, I thought she was an Eskimo. Until I saw her eyes, then I thought she was Asian. When I saw her Oklahoma plates, I figured American Indian. Sophia's Hispanic. Jennifer I asked out because she looked like a famous French actress. It turns out she was an actress. She dumped me for an actor named Mike who played Hamlet 30 consecutive times in 12 different cities. Then there was Jean. I called her Bridget. She was different. I really thought I had something in Bridget. Something that would last. I loved her personality, and she was into my European kick. When we were broke, we came up with games to play, things nobody else would try. Bridget was fanatically interested in health and beauty. She divided her body into 8ths. The first 8th her face, the second neck and shoulders, 3rd breasts, 4th abdomen, 5th prival area, 6th upper leg and thighs, 7th lower leg and calves, and 8th her feet. So when she took what she called her 8/8 bath in the evenings, she was soaking her feet. And when she felt a tingle in her lower 5/8, it meant I'd done something right. She'd been gone a week visiting a friend in Florida. I knew I wanted to keep her around. Unfortunately, timing didn't agree with me. While I was browsing for a ring, she called me from Orlando. She said she wasn't coming back. After that, I didn't have much interest in romance. I deadened myself to it. I don't know her name, but I first saw her at an ice skating rink. For several weeks, I saw her everywhere I went. She kept popping up, but we never met. Then one evening, I was eating ice cream. She recognized me. I'm sure of it now. I was unsure of myself, so I walked out. Of the 2 of us, she was the bolder. I fessed up and said I'd seen her around a lot, and she intrigued me. She invited me out for coffee. I thought I was a bore, but she said she loved my company. She asked if I was into photography. I told her I was into life. She'd been reading Proust the past month and found my remark eerily serendipitous. She loved Proust, and so did I. It was late. She had to be up early. I asked for her name, her number. She wouldn't provide it. She said fortune had crossed our paths before, and if we were meant to be together, fortune would take care of that also. She said good night. Before I could catch her, she was gone.